I remember when I was a young kid, I'd wake up nearly every Sunday morning, and first thing I'd do would like breathe. So I would end up smelling bacon. So I'd rush downstairs, and 9 times out of 10, I'd see my mom over a frying pan cooking up some bacon. Today I'm going to speak to you all today about bacon. Though some of you may not like it, I hope that the following information not only teaches you a little bit more about this delicious meat, but also piques your curiosity for knowing more about the history and origins of the foods you consume every day. I've always been interested in the origins of things, be it words or food or machines, anything like that. Given the opportunity, I'd always try to find out more about the beginnings of stuff. Today, I'll first go over what bacon is, the different types of bacon, and secondly, I'll discuss the history of bacon, and lastly, I'll talk about bacon's place in America and in the economy. As I stated before, first I'll tell you what makes bacon bacon and its different types. According to an About.com article written by Bethany Monsell, a nutritional scientist, in 2011, bacon is a salt-cured and smoked meat from the side of pork or pork belly. There are many varieties of bacon depending on the cut of meat and method used to prepare it. Bacon fat sets bacon apart from other cured meats and pork products because the fat lends the bacon flavor. Ideally, bacon should be comprised of 1/2 to 2/3 fat. Although a majority of the fat melts away during the cooking process, it can be reserved and used for a variety of other purposes. Most bacon we use here in America comes from the pork belly. As you can see here, where it says bacon on the PowerPoint there, that's all considered pork belly. If we didn't use that for bacon, chances are we would just throw it away. Now let's move on to the different types of bacon. According to the many amazing types of bacon on May 30th, 2011, side bacon is what most America uses daily. This bacon is very versatile and is almost always smoked to add flavor. You can use many varieties of woods to smoke, such as hickory or apple, and this bacon comes in 2 general cuts. Thin cut, which is normally about 32 slices per pound, or thick cut, which is 16 slices per pound. I find both cuts to be delicious. So. In addition to the different types of smoking, there are also different rubs or brines that you can apply to the bacon to add more flavor. The most common are brown sugar, maple syrup, and black pepper. The next type of bacon I'll talk about is slab bacon. Similar to side bacon or American bacon, this bacon keeps a thick layer of fat on it, and we call that the rind, and it's usually not cut into slices. The rind is a thick layer of fatty tissue that is generally cut off before cooking. The rind itself, after it's cut off, is used to make cracklings. They're similar to pork rinds, only they're chewier on the inside. I haven't tried them yet, but I'm kind of looking forward to it just to check it out. The main meaty part of side bacon, is used in soups and sauces and things like that to add flavor. So you could be eating it and not even know it. The third type of bacon I'm going to talk about is pancetta. Pancetta is an Italian bacon. What sets this bacon apart from other bacons is that it's flavored with herbs and spices instead of salt cured like ham. And now that you know a little bit more about bacon really is, let's talk about the history of bacon. The history of bacon is both rich and interesting. According to Lynn Oliver, author of foodtimeline.org, on May 18th, 2011, bacon has been around since ancient times. At first, all cured pork was considered ham. It wasn't until Roman times that there was a distinction between ham and bacon. Bacon later became a staple in the European diet for the peasantry. It was cheap and offered good sources of both fat and protein, and it stayed well. It wouldn't spoil like other meats. The way it worked back then was peasants would raise their own livestock, and to preserve the meat, they would make bacon. This would last a lot longer because they didn't have refrigeration or anything like that. It wasn't until around 1770 that commercial bacon production started. Supposedly, with John Harris of Clane, he decided to butcher and cure his own meat instead of selling pigs whole to the peasantry and having them do it himself. And this changed the world of bacon forever. Now that we've gone over a brief history of bacon, let's talk about how bacon affects us and its impact on the economy. Bacon is a part of many Americans' diets daily. It's also a large part of the economy. According to Corby Kummer, writer for The Atlantic in November 2005, bacon is becoming more than just a breakfast food. Hundreds of small artisan bacon shops are popping up throughout the country. Many of them online. You can order different flavors, there's literally hundreds of different things. It's ridiculous. They use different curing techniques and different flavors, liquid smoke, things like that. Artisan bacon is less messy to cook because they don't use as much water, like in packaging and stuff, to preserve it longer. So it prevents you getting like grease sweater burns and stuff like that. The only downside to this bacon is that it's usually more expensive because it's not produced like for wholesale. With the uprising of so many artisan bacon providers, it's easy to see the connection between bacon and the economy. In a Time magazine article written by Brad Tuttle on July 5th, 2011, it states that the price of bacon has risen to $4.77 a pound. This is at an all-time high. The price of bacon generally raises and lowers with the price of fuel and livestock, meaning that in summertime when gas prices go up, the price of bacon generally rises too. This connection can be made for all food in America, but with bacon, it's especially drastic. Another pivotal role that bacon plays in our culture is with fast food. With many food companies advertising thicker cut bacon or more elegant flavors, I suppose, on their sandwiches to lure customers in, it's easy to see how bacon plays a part in our everyday lives. Now that I've gone over what bacon is, the history of bacon, and a few different types of bacon, and how it affects our economy, I'd like you all to remember that bacon is not only a delicious food to be had during breakfast, it also plays a vital role in world history and the American economy. I hope this speech has opened your eyes a bit and helped you all understand a little bit more about the origins of bacon. Now remember, the next time you wake up and smell the bacon, be sure to be the first in line, or your plate might just be filled with scraps.